heard that Visa has got so many plans, and please tell us about Visa's next generation of payment.
So our next generation of payment, I talked a little bit about the timeline of innovation at Visa.
Yes.
So 1983 was the ATM, 1995 is when we introduced chip-based technology, and now here we are today in 2011, and we recognize that where we really want to be is on the phone, the mobile phone.
Mobile phone.
Right.
Oh,
so
great.
yeah, so it's very exciting because Visa in the last 6 months has made several investments. We have bought a company called PlaySpan. We've bought a company called CyberSource. We've launched a digital wallet. The idea is that we recognize that young people, as well as mature adults, are all carrying phones. Some are carrying 2 phones.
Yes.
So the idea is that our strategy is to adapt to everyone's culture, emerging markets, developing markets, and provide a service through the mobile phone so that you can see your transactions. You can even use your phone instead of using a piece of plastic.
At least one people has one phone, and maybe some people have 2 or 3 phones, and it means that we have a chance to use Visa everywhere, and it's very comfortable for consumers.
That is correct. That's the brand promise that we offer, which is no matter where you are across 200 countries in the world today, there is an acceptance device that you can use it.
Yes.
It's not everywhere, but in many tourist destinations, restaurants, hotels, grocery stores, petrol stations, in many countries, no matter where you are, you can use the card.
And comfortable for traveling.
And very comfortable for traveling. So right now we're in the beginning stages of developing our mobile platform. We're launching it in certain countries, and we're very hopeful that we can bring that to Vietnam very soon.
Yes. I know that Visa has always been an innovator. Creating value, spreading growth is the purpose of Visa. And as the country manager of Visa in Vietnam, what is the strategy for development for Vietnam?
So our strategy in Vietnam is quite simple: to see how we can convert cash to electronic payments, right? So to do that, there's 3 steps. The first step is we'll spend most of our time and our strategy in continuing to educate consumers. So on responsible banking, but also on how to use the card responsibly. That's the biggest hurdle, is we really need to get the consumers comfortable and feeling good about using the card at the point of sale instead of using cash.
Yes.
The second is we want to build up our acceptance network. We recognize that if there's no place to use the card, people will become very frustrated. So we're working with the banks, we're working with merchants and the government to encourage and to increase the number of point-of-sale terminals that are there, so that when you go to the supermarket on Saturday morning or whatever day you go, you can use your card. Or when you're pumping gas for your car or your motorbike, you can use the card. So that's our second big priority. It's educating on using the card, and then the second, of course, is then building up the network. And then our third strategy is to introduce innovation. Right? We recognize with such a young population that they want to be, technology is coming into their lives, and so we want to make sure that we provide them with advanced technology so that they feel comfortable and they use the product.
Oh, it sounds good. But is it the long-term strategy for Vietnam market and Indochina regions?
It is the long-term strategy of this is a very dynamic region, very fast-growing, and we see lots of opportunity here. And it is important for us as an organization to not only bring our best practices into the market, but it is also our responsibility also to help educate consumers about how to use the products.
I feel the great chance and potential market open now for Visa in Vietnam and in Asia Pacific regions. And in the long term, in the long history of Visa company, what made you decide to work for Visa?
I joined Visa in 2007, and I came to Visa because of the brand. I personally believe in the brand. as a kid, I saw the brand, you know. My family had a card, and of course it became a big part of my life because I use the card for everything. So I came here because the brand, and I liked the way the promise of the brand. I joined in 2007, and I covered Central Europe, Middle East, Africa, so I had this fantastic opportunity to see all different parts of the world. And then here in 2011, just about 7 months ago, I joined Visa Vietnam. It's a great privilege that Visa gave me this opportunity to look after Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos. The diversity of the region, but just the pure growth opportunities here, just seeing how quickly our numbers are even growing over time.
You have great experience while working in America, Europe, Africa, and in Asia Pacific region. And through your working experience, can you share with us something or about your story while working in Visa and in payment industry?
Coming to Visa has been an incredible experience because of the diverse cultures I've covered. And I've been very fortunate that Visa has helped me grow with my career in those markets. So my first real opportunity has been around learning different cultures, learning different socioeconomic environments, and covering those and adapting myself to those markets. It's been a very good learning experience, and I've enjoyed that very much. Coming into Asia, I had a very good experience several years ago working in Japan, where I managed a very large research and development project. And similar to my experiences in Russia and the Middle East and in Africa, that too brought me something that I didn't know, just how to work within the culture, but also the enthusiasm of the people and the enthusiasm of wanting to move towards electronic payments.
With a 20-year experience working in Visa and in payment industry, I heard that you got very successful in US, UK, and in Japan. And why did you come to Vietnam to work for Visa Indochina?
I came here because I love a challenge.
Challenge.
I love a good challenge.
And Vietnam always has the challenges.
Yes, it's lots of challenges, and I came here because I love a challenge. I love the idea that there's so much growth. When I came to visit here, I love the fact that people are so hardworking, they're so focused, they're so entrepreneurial. And I felt really comfortable from the minute I got off the plane with everybody, thanks to all my colleagues and our banking customers too have been very kind to me. So I came here because I wanted a challenge, I wanted to see if I could make a difference, and most importantly, I wanted to see if I could bring my expertise to help the government and help our banking customers grow electronic payments in the market.
And how about your challenges and your difficulties in adapting to such a new environment like Vietnam?
So my first strategy is to adapt to the food. I love the food here.
Yes.
I adapt to a culture by first embracing it. So I really try to understand the culture and understand the people. I am a guest in the country, and I fully believe that I'm here to contribute to the economy. So I try to embrace every aspect of the culture. My biggest difficulty is the language. I would love to know what kids are saying about me on the street.
It's too difficult.
Yeah, sometimes they're pointing at me, so I'd love to know what kids are saying. I'd love to know in the supermarket what mothers and daughters are saying to each other. I'd love to know sometimes when I'm in meetings and I don't. So language is probably my most difficult barrier.
But I think in Vietnam, a lot of people can speak English, so it's not a big challenge.
No, there are a lot of people here that speak English, and I'm very grateful for them to help me.
You enjoy Vietnamese food, enjoy Vietnamese culture, and do you enjoy crossing the streets?
I do enjoy.
In Vietnam, is it a big challenge for you for adapting?
Okay, so the language was one barrier, and certainly walking across the street was a second. A colleague the first day said to me, "Are you okay crossing the street?" And I said, "Yes, I just closed my eyes." And they explained to me, don't do that.
So how can you walk with closing eyes?
Well, I hope that everybody was watching me as I was crossing the street. I have since opened my eyes, and I'm very careful the way I cross the street now.
And how about your experience going so far since the first 6 months in Vietnam?
My experience so far has been wonderful. I've spent a lot of time traveling, both personally and professionally, across Vietnam and Cambodia and Laos. I'm enjoying the diversity of the three countries. I'm also enjoying Vietnam specifically. I'm enjoying the diversity of the country, how large it is, and the sights, the culture, all aspects of it. It's kept me very alive, I would say.
Yes.